Evening, everybody. It's 6:55 on Wednesday, Fed Day, and that it was June the 15th, and this is your video number 1324. Okay, I'm going to change up the manner in which I deliver this today because the market was so strong and there were so many stocks up. It's kind of pointless to go through them. But I will say that of my 10 or 11 sectors, all were higher with two exceptions. Um, One of those exceptions was the food supply chain, which was mixed on the day. And in fact, the ETF that goes with it was up 1.4%. So that's not bad. And the only one that was down on the day was energy, with the oil coming down. So the only things that I want to mention to you are Revlon, which I mentioned first thing this morning, that this is a company about to go under. The stock traded 114 million yesterday and was up. And then today, this morning, when I mentioned it to you, it was 233 up 46. It actually, a little of that got shaved off, 225 up only 38 cents, and it traded about 50 million shares. And, I just have to tell you, as I did this morning, they wipe out the shareholder equity first. So don't get stuck. And the other one I want to mention is FDX, Federal Express, which yesterday was up 14% on the settlement of that with their activist shareholder and the fact that they raised the dividend 53%. And FedEx today was as high as 239.21, closed 232.78, and that was up $2.83 or 1.6%. So that basically is in excess of a 15% move yesterday and today. So pretty impressive and somewhat encouraging. Okay, chart on the screen is the Bitcoin. And as you can see, it didn't break 20,000, but it did trade down to 20,040 and then turned back up a little. It's a little bit higher tonight, up another 800 or so. It could come all the way back here to 29,000, a 50% move from today's low, and still only close the gap and run into more supply. So we'll have to see. If you look at the MACD, you can see that while this day today allowed it to cross over, it didn't move down hard yet. So we'll have to see. But it could go sideways in here and not even make it to this gap and have another leg lower. Okay, so the oil was down today. It's up 94 cents now, but it was 115.31 down 362. The gold was up. I'm not sure what's going on with the gold from the standpoint of closing and settlement prices, because we got up as high as 1845 and then they closed it looking like 1820, 1819.6, up 6.1. However, tonight it gapped all the way back up $16 to 1835. So I'm not sure, which of these net changes is right, but I assume that this was a settlement price for some reason, and we'll see how that works out tomorrow. The dollar was down 41 cents. The bonds, with the Fed rate hike of 3/4 of a point, were actually up on the day. The treasuries, the 30-year, were up about a point. Let's see. They were up about a point. They're up about a point now. Let's take a quick look. Yep, bounced off the bottom, rallied up a point, and is now up another point. It's got a very long way to go, but should they decide that this is an interesting place for them, you might see a little bit of action in these because what you have here for fixed income might, in fact, start to draw some attention into the Treasury market. It wasn't the only one that was up. The 10-year was up and is up tonight. The 5-year is up and was up again tonight. And the 2-year, which came down pretty hard on the Fed actually doing its job, is up a little bit tonight. So that's what we have. Um, the Dow, as you know, was up 307 after being up 490, but it did get back almost to even, or actually down on the day before it started the last rally that took it to a new high of the day. Same thing with the biggest gainer, the NASDAQ, up 270.81 or 2.5%. S&P was up about 80, finished up 54.51. 1.46. The Russell was up 1.36, and the transports, without that big move from FedEx from yesterday, today closed up 140.55 or 1.06%. Advanced declines on the NYSE were about 3 to 1 to the upside, on NASDAQ 2.8 to 1 to the upside, and volume expanded from yesterday's number, which was 4.7 up to 5.3. So not overwhelming, but 15% higher than yesterday. All right, everyone. Oh, and tonight, by the way, the S&Ps are up another 16. The NASDAQ is up another 57. The Dow is up another 107. And the Russell is up 830. So looks like it may carry over for a couple of days. I'm all for it. All right, everyone. I'll be back first thing in the morning. And tomorrow's Thursday, so Thursday is claims day. I also want to mention there's no market Monday. It's Juneteenth. I thought that it was this past weekend and that some of the federal offices were closed, but everything is closed on Monday. Have a good one.